Hi, welcome to my chess channel on YouTube. Here is a game I've just played on my cell phone, 5-minute blitz chess, and I will possibly bring you another one after this blitz game. So here is a game I played that is against a national master from USA, above my rating points on chess.com for 5-minute blitz chess. So I'll flip the board. Obviously I'm black, especially after that move. Queen d2, obviously intending castling long and all that sort of thing. I castle short. Here I could try, after castling, g5 and g4 with obvious intent of bishop g5 after pinning the queen on d2 to the king on c1. It's a bit dodgy, probably because black can probably be met by this move if g5. I don't know, I'm just rambling. Knight, castle was long, a5. Why not? Why not? Why not? a5. Might as well launch a pawn down there. Can't launch anything else down there. h4, here we come. a4, and this has prevented any further advance with the move a3. And here, pinnacle position, what to do next. Should I just play c6 and hope for the best? Should I play knight c6 or knight d7? No, knight d7 shows no good. Should I play knight a6? Maybe not very good either. I don't know. Maybe knight c6, knight here, and not really worry about whether or not white tries to take my pawn on a4, which is okay for white to take. I don't care. So anyway, what I play now is a typical move of mine that I like to play here is b6. Not that it's necessarily any good or not, but I want to swap off this white squared bishop of mine. Now here I thought probably white's best move is bishop here. I don't know, it might not be, but I think that if I was white I would play bishop d3, so that if bishop a6, then just merely bishop f5, etc. is probably quite good for white. So anyway, king b1, so I was going clapping my hands, and not really, I wasn't really, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Bishop a6, and here comes a wee surprise move, g3. Well, okay, bishop a6 takes f1, rook df1, maybe not sure which rook to take with, knight c6, and this is quite obviously, you know, I like to play obvious things, knight a5 and knight c4. Not that I see obvious things when they're showing their face to me. So knight c6 with that intent, rook e1, knight a5. And here white blots out my possible throwing my knight onto c4 without capture by playing knight e5. And so here I relent and give black, not white, I give white here a passed e-pawn, which has come from the d4 square. So white now gets this passed e-pawn, which is quite dangerous. I mean, let's be frank here. I play d4. I don't really want to play c6 because it's a little bit sort of on the back foot, and my opponent is, remember, a national master from America. So that would probably invite all sorts of things in my position if I play c6 or something. So I play d4. Now the knight advances, it doesn't go backwards, it advances to b5. And here, without going into too much analysis, knight a5, knight a4 and the knight a5 can swing in to play, or I would probably just play this. I'm not entirely sure, I don't know, I wasn't there. And I can then play this and that sort of thing. So the computer's suggesting that. I don't know why the computer's on. Oh no, it's on. Pardon me. So what I do now is, pardon me, excuse me. What I'm met with now is knight b5. Now here it's interesting because here I just play, I believe, queen d7. Play queen d7? Oh, I'm not sure. Queen d7. And here my opponent can take, can't they? Because they can't take here with this, because I'll just take the knight off. And I don't know what the computer would say about that position, but I would favour my position. Queen d3. So knight d4, sort of like not the best, because of c5, knight f3. Oh, I might be incorrect actually. I think I was going to play, yeah, here I was just going to play rook rook a d8, I believe. So anyway, we won't go on about that too much. So queen d3 happens. So maybe it was a bit of a feint, or just inaccuracy. Oh, I don't want to say it, the word inaccuracy. c5. And of course e6 happens here, which is very, very good looking for white's pawn on e6 going to e7 very shortly. e7. Rook f e8. What am I threatening? I'll close my arms so that you can't see my cards. What am I threatening? It's very, very simple. If I put this on Facebook, they'll all say, oh, it's simple, I don't want to bother. So I'm threatening just rook e7, but I'm also threatening other things too. But here white now plays c4. Now if I take this, then that's all very well. White probably doesn't really mind too much. So I now play rook e7. Okay, so obviously rook e7, queen h1, yeah, so what, who cares? Now where does the king go? It goes to c2. And then your exercise, should you choose to accept it, is what did I play next after king c2? So if king a2, this move that I'm going to play next is very strong if king a2, okay? And obviously any interpolating moves like queen d1, queen f1 or rook e1 are just absurd. So after king c2, for countering the check, after king c2, what was my next move? Okay, and then after white plays, so what's my next move after king c2, which is what was played? I played what? And then after that, I want to ask you what my opponent played and what you would play as black. Were you in this position? So king c2, I play knight to b3. You will be able to see this soon. So I play knight b3. then I'm threatening what? So I'm threatening something, so what is it? And everyone would know it's going to be simple. It's queen c1 check mate. So because the queen is defended on c1, checking the king on c2, with the knight on b3, which is defended, of course, by the pawn on a4. So what white next played after king c2, knight b3, played queen d1 to deflect my checkmate threat. What now did I play here with the black pieces? And it's very, very good if you look at this all in your head. Way better than me who might cheat. So what do I play next after king c2, knight b3, threatening queen c1, checkmate, queen d1, now what's my next move? And this caused the national master to resign on the spot. My move was, so be ready, I'm going to give the move, is d3 check. Now this is just a simple deflection, okay, of the queen defending the checkmate on c1 with queen d1 defended by the king, and it's also checking the king, of course. Now the king cannot really take the pawn on d3 check because it's just queen d1 and just about all white's pieces are lost hereafter or still gets checkmated. So after king c2, knight b3 check, not knight b3 check, threat of queen c1 checkmate. I'm going ahead of myself, of course. After king c2, knight b3, queen d1, d3 check. Now if the king takes the pawn, the king cannot move to the side cushion to d2 or c1 because the knight prevents same. So I'm attacking tentatively white's queen on d1. So after d3, if the queen takes the pawn, what happens next? So after d3 check, what happens next if queen takes pawn is simply queen to c1 checkmate again. So if the king takes it, the pawn on d3, then it's simply queen d1, very simple, and I win the queen. And as mentioned previous, the king cannot move to d2 or c1 after d3 check. So I will now show you those the last few moves so that you may see what happened. Now if this is my rook here, if this is my black rook, I could literally play this. Maybe not. No, I don't think I can. So anyway, here, I'll just go back to the board because it should be here. Yeah, that's right. I just left this open. So here, this move is final, and that's the move I played, and my opponent being a true gentleman or lady, and I believe that I was playing a person here, resigned here on the spot. Okay, now next game, if you so wish, you may wish to watch this game as well. Is here I am white. Surprise, 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 what move I play here. Okay, one, and I've been varying my openings because, and it's been quite difficult at times, I have been actually varying my openings with 1d4. Okay, now I am playing a person about, or a player about 154 points above me in BlitZ chess. Okay, so that's about the variation or the variance or the difference between us both. So black is 150 odd points above my rating for 5-minute chess. Knight f3. Now this is not my move. Okay, this is Vladimir Kramnik's move. Former world chess champion and still right up the top of world chess. So knight f3, but I only know it this far. I don't know any further than 2 knight f3. I kid you not, because it's to hold back c4, and it's to prevent all sorts of Nimzo Indian, Queen's Indian, or whatever you want to call it, checks like this, because you just play c3. So if you don't play c4, you can play c3 if black so plays that manner. So g6 and knight bd2. So it's starting to look like my take on it. d5, e3, bishop g7, bishop e2, castles, knights Castile, knights Castile, bishop g4, h3, bishop e3, knight e3. This is pretty sort of kind of almost positional, isn't it? Really, I mean, I don't know if it's actually positional or not, but it looks like that to me. Knight bd7 and b3. This looks like a tactical thing. Anyway, I'm just joking. Knight e4, bishop b2 to just prevent nasty knights coming into c3, as well as other things. a5. So we remember this is 5-minute chess, and here I'm going, okay, I take this pawn on d5, bishop d3, queen b6, bishop e4, okay, so I've just doubled black's d5 pawn to make it into a double e5 e pawn, and one on e7 of course, and I'm attacking the pawn of course. So we've now got very similar position, except black has probably got the better bishop. Let's be frank here. So f5, and now I'll just play knight c4, you know, just queen a6. Now this was quite reasonable, I think. I was quite surprised that it turned out so well for black. I played bishop a3 with obvious intent of bishop takes pawn and run away with the loot. But my opponent now plays b5. Now this looks like my opponent's just going to lock down the bishop on a3 with b4 next. So I play knight d2, and I think, well, that'll be okay, because I'll just end up sticking my knight back on c4 if b4. So rook e8 happens, and now I play rook c1, so that if b4 now, I just go to b2 or where else can I go, and make sure I've always got a space for my bishop somewhere, because it's not the best piece in the world for me. a4. Now I don't want to play b4, do I? I don't want to play pawn here now, because then I might as well just stop this lesson right now. So I didn't. So I would not want to play a4, b4 here, because then my bishop's trapped in, and everyone will say, well, we don't want to listen to that guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. he doesn't practice what he preaches. So I play rook c7. I'm just going to be active with this player. And now this is happening. We've got ab3, and of course I take that with the queen. Check. And here e6 happens because it would be sort of swap for swap, even though it might be better for me to swap this, but I don't really like the resulting position for white. So I play rook d7 and queen b3 check, e6, I play bishop b4. So obviously here now, if queen a2 here, okay, so if queen a2 here now, what everyone plays, the computer plays at 2. I've still got the computer on again. That's the thing about loading them from the database. And my piece is called is rook d7, of course, and I win a piece because the queen can't take the knight, of course, because it's defended, and the queen's defended by the knight on d2. So thereby I would win material. Knight f6, a3, and knight d5, but a3, and I believe here I offered my strong opponent a draw, which this player is actually higher rated, way higher rated than the American national master I've just played. Knight d5, rook c2. I didn't want to go anywhere else with it. So rook c2, so we're swapping off. Then it will look like a sort of a half-half. I go rook c5. I might be best to play rook c8, queen c8, bishop c5, and thereby I'm the attacker, not the defender. Even though black can just merely play queen c6 or something to that effect, etc. Anyway, I play rook c5, bishop c5, queen a5, and now my opponent's obviously threatening queen d2, trying to win here. So I play bishop b4, queen a4, queen a4 top, and then I can play bishop c5. I didn't want to play here knight c4 because then I'm going to be forever defending. If I play knight c4 here, then black would probably have a 1 bishop versus knight endgame with ab4, and this pawn is very strong. I have to play this now. I mean, black would play this move most likely now, and I can't chase the pawn because it just runs, because the knights are very poor in chasing past pawns. b5 could happen, but then a3 is possible for black as well. Note that if I try to lock this pawn off, then the bishop just takes it, and this pawn cannot run all the way home because this bishop can come back to d6 and deflect promotion on b8. So in this position here, I believe that black has won. I believe it's my move. I have to play this move, and this might be okay, but I'd rather have what I had. So bishop c5, and now my opponent just plays bishop f8, and it almost looks like they're heading for a purposeful draw. I play knight c4, and here we're only doing scheming, okay? And I know it's weird, I'm giving away ideas and everything like that, but all we're doing here, not my ideas, I don't own them. All we're doing here in the endgame is scheming and pawn grabbing, and we also have tactics and that sort of thing in the endgame too, still. But primarily speaking, or basically speaking, or whatever I want to say, is this is what we do in the endgame. We do not play long analysis moves and all that sort of thing. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to want to maybe plant my king here or here or something. I have to look out for this sort of thing, and even this, or these pawns just clouding my position on the king side. So I have to, that's what black might be scheming. So here we go, bishop c5 here. Now I'm thinking I have got winning chances, not just drawing chances now, and my opponent started to deliberate somewhat, because now I'm looking to think, hang on, bang. Okay, now Nigel Short's book on chess made simple or something like that, I don't know what it's called now, says about the square. So I can work out already that if black takes my knight, my pawn, without trying to analyze it out like I used to, queens before the black king can guard b8 or take b8. So here, because at the moment, I'm threatening knight a4 course. So at the moment, if knight takes knight on b6 and cb6, then the square is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's that square there, or in these areas here. So if black is outside the square with their king, even though they have the move, then they cannot reach the pawn, so to speak. So here, knight c3 happened, and I'll play c6, because I'm driving the knight away from defensive a4. Knight b5, fair enough, I play knight a4, because obviously, as previously mentioned and known by millions and zillions of chess players, knight a3 will not do, because knights are poor in defending past pawns, because I just merely play c7 and queen next move regardless. So king a4, I've won this pawn. Now I play knight b6. Now if the knight takes the pawn here, then I just play c7 and c8 queen. There's nothing black can do about it. So my opponent plays the right move, and I play a4. Now I'm feeling very comfortable to get that draw if I want. So knight a7, and I have to go, oops. So knight d7, knight c6, knight f8, attacking two pawns simultaneously. King e7, but it's not all over yet. Knight h7, but probably is. Knight e5. Can the knight go there? a5. I might as well present my a pawn, but this might not be the best move in the world. King d6. And so black is in this square, is it? Because if I go here, king there, there, king there. So I play knight f8 to deflect the king maybe, but by king e7, and then I can play a6, knight c6, and my position's improved a wee bit, not terribly much, but a wee bit. Pardon me. G5, A6. Here, if I look at it, I probably would play, no, I'll play A6. Knight C6, and white has it all, black has it all, I mean, because I'm going, well, I want to keep the tension here so that I win, hopefully. King C5, Knight H4. Now, what would you play now? A7, King F1, King H2, G3, F3, F4, Knight G6 to F4 or something. I play G4. I'm not saying this is the best move, but especially with my opponent now in great time trouble on my cell phone, I now play G4. And so my opponent is dragging behind in time from the defense that they've played so well. King G2, Knight E5 puts to sleep any ideas I've got of this with this move. So I haven't got the same aforementioned ideas in my mind of King G4 and then I'm just going to win this endgame. Knight G6, which is incidentally the first Lightning game I ever played with our New Zealand chess champion a long time ago, was a knight. It ended in a knight and a knight each, knight and pawn endgame each. We both had knight and pawns each, and I won it with him, and so he was always after me. No, he wasn't really. He always kind of respected my chess. So here I got this, and I'm not actually threatening, am I? Knight takes knight, because just then my opponent has got this very strong pawn to march with. Now let me just try that, okay? Let me just try that. Oh no, hold on. Cancel. Let me just play this, okay? Is this the new variation? Now if I go knight d3, that's the new variation, then this, and how am I going to stop this pawn? Here? No, too slow. Here? Definitely too slow. F3 is the only way I can enter that position. Okay? Now what? Here probably. Yeah, this is it. King F3. Now what? Just a wee trick. What's a wee trick here? Real basic is E4. Ow! I would be so pained off, because now white is going to lose, more than likely, without getting into it. Oops. Just my camera. Sorry, that hasn't happened before, has it? Sorry. Right, and as if I'm on stage or whatever I am, you do not adjust your set, or you do not say, right, I'm out of here, I'm doing this all over again, because I'm not doing this again. So that would be no good. So I have to be very careful of E5, and I played knight G6. And here my opponent lost on time. Maybe unlucky. Okay, alright, that's the end of my session. I hope you enjoyed this session. Very informative, as I believe. And it says black wins. Okay, we'll just say black wins. Okay, so there you have it. And that's all from David Weegenaar on The Muppet Show. Not really, of course, but I love The Muppet Show, especially Animal, the drummer. And apparently, that's the worst thing a guy can do, is when they're listening to music, women do not like guys going and all that sort of stuff. They don't like it. That's why I don't get anywhere with that. Amen. Thank you very much for watching. That's David Weegenaar over and out. Bye for now.